Okay, good morning. I'm Carla Clark. I'm the librarian at the medical campus at Miami-Dade College, and I'm joined today by Ivan Toledo. He's our Associate Director of Learning Resources at the medical campus. And so we're pleased to tell you a little bit about our tutoring program here at the medical campus. The goal of our tutoring program, of course, is to maximize student learning, success, and retention. We provide study skills laboratories where students receive supplemental instruction, review sessions, test prep, and more services. We have, of course, group study areas. We have anatomy models and other types of facilities to support collaborative work. You can see here on the slide that we kind of have a life cycle of tutoring at the medical campus. And the first step is every new student to our programs has to go through a new student orientation. This is prior to their first semester of classes. And the Learning Resources has an opportunity to introduce the library and our tutoring services to the students at the orientation. The next step is that they can schedule a time to see a tutor. We welcome walk-ins. Students can still walk in, but we also use an online platform called WC Online that the students really seem to like because they can go on and see exactly which tutors are available at what time, and they can go ahead and book a slot online to come in and meet with a tutor. And then when they actually come in for the tutoring session, they will sign in through a software called Academia. And that's been very helpful for us collecting data where we can kind of see the demands and the needs, and that will let us adjust our staffing if necessary. Then actually meet with the tutor, and depending on their needs, they may meet with just our basic study skills tutor, who will go over them, things like time management, note taking, etc. Otherwise, they can move right into our program specific tutoring. So we do have a lot of subject specific tutors. And then, of course, as with any program, we have an assessment where we assess the tutoring program to help us, make decisions about how to improve it. So here on the next slide, you can see the three different ways that we offer tutoring. We still have your traditional face-to-face individual and or small group tutoring. So we tutor again in a number of general areas from academic writing to study skills, but we also have many subject-specific tutors for the health sciences and nursing, such as programs like dental hygiene, physical therapy, nuclear medicine, and more. But we found that sometimes students are hesitant to come into the tutoring lab and sign in. So we thought maybe it'd be better if we went to where the students are. So we started in the last few years embedding tutors into the laboratories. And I think that's part of what makes us very unique is that we worked in conjunction with program coordinators and faculty to implement in-lab embedded tutoring services. And by integrating the tutors at the point of need, the students are more likely to utilize the services. Students who typically wouldn't seek out tutors are exposed to the benefits. The tutors embedded in the laboratories provide students with support as they put into practice the different techniques that they're learning in the classroom. And then the third method that we offer tutoring is by being embedded into the online classes. We use Blackboard as our learning management system. And having tutoring presence online allows our students who cannot come to campus access to academic support services. The students interact virtually with tutors either individually or in groups via our web conferencing platform, which is Blackboard Collaborate. So we feel that by meeting the students where they are through these three different options, we really believe we've broken down a lot of barriers for them getting the tutoring help, and we believe that we've helped them be successful. We're going to put in the, oh wait, 1 second. I think Ivan wanted to add one thing to that. Here he is.
Yeah, as part of the embedded tutoring through Blackboard, which is the system that we're currently using, um, I myself am embedded as a technology tutor every semester for some of our courses. They have required assignments that they need to complete. For example, they have to create a presentation using Microsoft Office Suite, where they have to conduct a research paper and present their findings to the classroom. And sometimes the professor invites students from other courses as well and other faculty. So what I do to support these students who are usually not on campus, I would get into Blackboard and share with them some of the tutorials that we have created specifically for these courses, like on how to use Microsoft Suite. Uh, in our cases, they have to use a product called Live Binders where they display all of their assignments for the semester. So we have tutorials on how they can do that as well. Or I send them information on where to start their research, information on our LibGuides on APA style, every type of documentation that might help them and assist them with their assignments during the semester. And it's been very beneficial to our students, through the embedded tutoring program that we have.
Thank you, Ivan, for that. And we do have a YouTube channel where we have a number of videos that the students can access at any time. So, we have some on writing tips. We have some that just tell you about, the tutoring program in general, how to access the databases. So the YouTube channel has been very popular as well. We're going to give you the link to it in the chat box. So, if you'd like to look at that, at a later time, you'll have the link to our YouTube channel. And so again, we feel that the tutoring program has broken down the barriers and has helped them to be successful. But of course, we wanted to assess the tutoring program. And so Ivan is going to share a little bit about the assessment results.
And as Carla mentioned before, assessments are an essential part of the decision-making process for us here at Learning Resources. It helps us make decisions on maybe hiring more tutors, or we get a lot of feedback from our students. It seems like nowadays with social media, everyone's writing and commenting on publications and things like that. So it seems like they do the same when we conduct an assessment. So we're able to obtain a lot of good feedback from that. And based on those comments, we make a lot of the decisions to improve our services and resources. So we have a calendar set for Learning Resources of different surveys that we conduct through the fiscal year. Uh, we also have a repository of surveys through Qualtrics, where we have everything set up. So the last survey that we conducted was an embedded tutoring survey where we find out what our students think about our tutoring services, whether or not it benefits them academically. So these are some of the results that I wanted to share with you. We wanted to know how often, of course, they use our tutoring services, and as you can see on the results, most of our students utilize our tutoring services at least once a week. And for many of them who are part of the labs, even 2 to 3 times a week. We asked them as well if the embedded tutor helped them increase their participation in the classroom. And out of 160 participants, and these results are only for the medical campus, 135 students strongly agree that they're getting some benefit out of the tutoring services, and it's getting them to participate more in the classroom. We also wanted to know if having the tutor in the classroom made the material easier for them to comprehend, and again, most of them uh, strongly agree with that. In terms of the tutors themselves, uh, um, if they understood the clarifications and suggestions that the tutor gave them, and again, we have most of our students agreeing on that. And in terms of their grades, and I know this is a controversial topic, linking grades to tutoring. I think that the best place to find out if uh, a student is actually improving their grades based on tutoring is by asking the students themselves. So we went ahead and we asked that question, and again, a lot of our students really believe that tutoring services really is helping them improve their grades, and in some cases, passing their courses. We've had recommendations uh, from the faculty of students who are struggling through some of their classes, and they come, they see us, we make them connect with a tutor, and they end up passing their courses, and they're very thankful for that. Next, we have some of the student and faculty feedback that we obtained from the survey that we conducted. One of the professors that provided us with the feedback is Dr. Marlene Carmona. She's the program coordinator for the Physical Therapist Assistant program here at the medical campus. Uh, we have tutor embedded in her labs, where students are working directly with the faculty for that specific lab session, and in addition to that, they work with the students during open lab sessions as well. So that's very beneficial for our students.
And I just want to kind of add something to that, that a little side benefit that we've noticed with the tutoring program is that it's also kind of worked as an exceptional public relations tool with the faculty, because the faculty have become more acquainted with our staff, our resources, services, and I believe they become more eager to incorporate tutoring into their classes and laboratories because they're recognizing the great benefits of it.
And next, we have some of the comments that we got from our students, and we got hundreds of comments from them. Most of it positive, and whatever is not has to do with students requesting more rooms for collaboration, study rooms, individual study spaces, quiet study areas, and things like that. And again, it really helps us to get all this feedback from them, because actually we've been making lots of changes throughout the college in order to improve our areas. We have a video of our students and some of the faculty that we made for our tutoring symposium that we have once a year. It's basically a tutor training, uh, and we wanted to share that video clip with you. So if you have some time, feel free to go ahead and take a look at it. Um, just to mention a little bit about WC Online, and I think Carla talked about that, is really a place where our students can go ahead and make an appointment with a tutor, sometimes with a librarian, and it's been really helpful to them. Next, I wanted to share our YouTube channel. Oh, we already did that. We already shared, and what we have are tutorials and
That was our own timer, we said.
so we have a bunch of tutorials that we have developed through our tutoring work group. APA style tutorials, tutorials on writing, on how to use specific software programs. It's always a work in progress, but it's been very good to a very good product for our students. And finally, I wanted to talk about some of the tutor training because we've been discussing the benefits our students get from tutoring, but it's also important to keep our students in mind, provide training, and everything they need to do a better job. So we developed a tutor training LIB guide for new tutors as well as existing tutors, and I wanted to share that with you as well. It contains videos and a lot of training and tutorials on the do's and don'ts of tutoring, how to help students um, learn by themselves and not having a tutor do everything for them, use critical thinking skills, active learning skills in order to become uh, better students and do well throughout their courses. Uh,
And yeah, so I think, just in conclusion, we were really very proud of our tutoring program. And we just feel that, by decentralizing tutoring and meeting the students where they are, we've really broken down the barriers and we're seeing a lot more usage and a lot more success. And we could certainly see how our tutoring program could be easily replicated at other institutions. So we welcome any questions that you might have at this time.
a lot of the tutor training material we created ourselves, but some of it also come from existing resources. Where we created was actually the LIB guide, where we have compiled all the trainings and the handouts and the videos and the tutorials. Uh, so yeah, it's not all created by learning resources. Um, Actually, as part of we conduct a tutor training every year as part of the tutor symposium, where we have different sessions on topics similar to the training, like coping with difficult situations. Last semester, we conducted a session on active listening and things like that. And we think it's very important to provide professional development opportunities for our tutors, and they're also very thankful for that.
Oh, yes. Okay. I've seen another question here. Yes, feel free. Any of the links that we sent through the chat box, you're welcome to share the library guide or the YouTube channel, certainly. Thank you. We enjoyed it.